The best of baseball is now what we call the news, okay? So I know that a lot of you out there get your baseball news from a lot of different sources. Foul Territory as well is one of them, our parent channel. They like to cover everything that happened the day before, and they do it daily. I'm a once-in-a-week show, so this is the best in baseball, and we got 5 fun little stories, starting with my choice for the game of the day. And my game of the day yesterday was the Boston Red Sox versus the Sacramento Athletics, where this gentleman, one of the best names in Major League Baseball now, Connolly Early. Wow, I love that so much. Con Early. I don't even know what we can do for nicknames, but I need to know what your guys' thoughts are on this. Connolly Early made his Major League debut throwing 5 innings and blanking the Athletics, which ended up being a full shutout all the way across. Became the second ever rookie in Red Sox history to strike out 10 plus, tying for the record, 11. He struck out 11 in those 5 innings on his way to his first Major League win. So congratulations, Connolly, early on that. That is really impressive. He was called up from Worcester. Yeah, that is how it's pronounced. Worcester, Massachusetts. Don't say it wrong. They don't like that. He was called up from Worcester when Dustin May, my cousin that's not my cousin, was sent on to the IL with some elbow injuries. That's not what I like to hear. The only silver lining is Early got his shot, and he took advantage. He is only the 5th pitcher since the year 2000 to strike out 10 plus in his Major League debut. Oh, this is 10 Ks and no runs allowed. So it's Freddie Peralta, Matt Harvey, Aaron Harang, and Kazuhisa Ishii. So congratulations, Mr. Connolly. You got to participate in my game of the day. What a performance. Hats off to you, my friend. Let's talk a little bit about no-hitters getting lost in the 9th inning, because it happened twice to the same team in 3 days. Not to mention another guy who lost his in the 8th over for the Guardians, right? So we've had no-hitters in 2025. This is very important. I don't know if you remember this. I believe it was 2021 or 2. Can't remember which year, but there was like 7 by May. And there's been no-hitters this year. 0 no-nos. But a few guys have gotten close. Most recently, Monday, Tyler Glasnow threw 7 no-hit innings, was followed by Blake Trinan, who also didn't give up a hit. And then the first hitter of the Colorado Rockies in the 9th against Tanner Scott got a hit, which is sad because Tanner Scott has been going through it. He lost the no-hitter that night, but 2 nights before that, Yoshinobu, not Yamamoto, oh my goodness, Yoshi Yamamoto, proverbial ace for the LA Dodgers, had a no-hitter going into the 9th inning, and with 2 outs, Jackson Holliday up to the plate, 2-1 pitch, he did this in Baltimore. Yikes. It's a deep drive. Andy Pages, a lot of people wanted him to try to jump for it, but I don't think he would have caught it either way. Not a way you want to lose your no-hitter, and unfortunately, Tanner Scott came into the end of that one and got the loss. 2 days later, he's the guy who blows the no-hitter. This is not something new. This is not new. This has been happening for years in baseball. And there are a bunch of guys who are unluckier than most. And I want to bring up some of them. We want to see no-hitters, but we also want to see them hit the ball, I guess. So we got Framber Valdez, most recently, August of 6th of last year. Had one going into the 9th with 1 strike away from the end of the game, gave up a 2-run homer to Corey Seager, which unfortunate to see. And another home run, breaking up a no-hitter with 2 outs in the 9th inning. 2 years before that, in the 2022, Cease also gave up a hit to Luis Arias, of all people, now teammates, on a 1-run pitch with 2 outs in the 9th inning. And he lost his no-hitter. But unfortunately, 2 years later, he actually did get it against the Washington Nationals. Then there's the Armando Galarraga one, which this is the main reason we have replay now. This is Jim Joyce here, messing this call up to ruin his no-hitter. Very clearly out by half a step there at first. I believe that's Lou Marson, and still doesn't have a perfect game on his career. This ruined a perfect game. That stinks. This is Roy Halladay. You may not know this. In his second ever big league start in 1998, he no-hit the Tigers for 8 2/3 and then gave up a 2-out home run to Bobby Higginson. But never fear, he did eventually get his no-hitter and a perfect game later in his career, and his no-hitter happened to be against the Cincinnati Reds in the playoffs. I remember watching that in person, not in person, live, while I was at the gym for some reason. Dave Stieb, maybe the most unlucky guy on the planet. You may not know this, but 3 times he took a no-hitter in the 9th inning. September 21st, 1988, September 30th, 1988, back-to-back starts. He took no hitters into the ninth and lost them both times. That is nuts. And then the next year, he got it 2 outs in the ninth again in 89 and got it blown up again by the Yankees, which is crazy. He also had another lost no-hit bid in 1985. So 4 times. Fortunately though, 1990, September 2nd, 1990, he eventually got his no-hitter. So Dave, Steve, congratulations. Fortunately, it panned out at some point, right? You got it, but man, he's like the Buffalo Bills of pitchers, which just so happens to be the AAA team for the Blue Jays. Coincidence? Yes. Yes, it is. All right, an honorable mention real quick. We've talked about this before, but Rich Hill once became the second pitcher of all time to get into the 10th inning after throwing 9 no-hit innings. It was a scoreless game at that point. The first pitch he threw in the 10th, homer, walk-off. So imagine going from a no-hitter, 9 innings, you're doing something crazy because you only have 95 pitches, you throw 1 pitch, the game's over, and now you're like, wow, I got a loss. Wow, this sucks. So, it feels bad, but you know what? I was also part of a no-hitter. Don't mean to toot my own horn. It's actually a weird one, the only one in Rochester Red Wings history. What I'm trying to say is, I did it. It started and threw 3 innings against the Durham Bulls. In Durham, we got rained out. 3 weeks later, I had been called up to the big leagues, and a man named Logan Darnell picked up the continuation of the game back in Rochester, where he threw 6 no-hit innings. So technically, a no-hitter was thrown, and I wasn't even there. And that is the only no-hitter that's ever been thrown for Rochester, which is a storied minor league franchise. So we got all kinds of weird connections to me going on today. Maybe that's because I wrote the show. Anyway, moving on from the no-hitter stuff, let's check in on Anthony Rizzo. Anthony Rizzo has decided to retire as a Chicago Cub. The Cubs have announced Anthony Rizzo will retire as a Cub and will be honored this Saturday at Wrigley as the club hosts the Rays. This was reported originally by Jesse Rogers of ESPN. Shout out to you. He was part of the team in 2006. He caught the ball at first, throw from Montgomery, the pitcher. And he did the celebration when they eventually broke the curse of 108 years without a World Series. That was him. He caught that ball. Always remember him from stepping up in the box when he thinks a curveball is coming. One of the guys with the best smile in baseball, and we wish him all the best. I'm super happy that he gets to be part of this storied franchise for the rest of his life. He's going to be an ambassador for the team, so he's going to be around a lot. And that's the best case scenario, man. Going to be around baseball. Going to be known for the team that gave you the chance that you're going to be a part of to win a World Series. There's just nothing better than that. I never got to do it, but he did. So congratulations. Everyone clap. Everyone clap. Enjoy retirement, man. It is fun. Just don't get fat. That's my one recommendation. A couple more pieces here. Bubba Chandler, highly touted prospect. Bubba Chandler did not have a good first major league start, though he threw out of the bullpen 3 times before he made his start against the very, very good Milwaukee Brewers team. And he had to go across another phenom, Jacob Misiorowski, who we've talked about before. He got hit around a little bit. He threw 2 2/3 innings, giving up 9 earned runs, and the Pirates got routed to the tune of a 10-2 loss on Sunday. After starting his big league career with, I believe, 8 scoreless innings in the major leagues, he has given up 12 in his last 6 2/3. So if anyone knows about struggling in their debut as a starter, it's this guy. It'll be used as fuel, Bubba, and I'm still a big fan of his. I thought he'd come up earlier and give a little bit of a run for Rookie of the Year. That is not coalesced, but electric stuff, he's gonna be just fine. Sometimes guys are really good in their debuts, and other times they are not. All right, we are on our final part of the best in baseball, and I would be remiss if I didn't touch on this stupid thing that happened. A lot of you guys may know. This is known as Philly Karen, and there was a home run hit into the stands at the Marlins Park where the Phillies were playing the Marlins. And the ball bounced around. A guy ran over and caught it from a little bit down the row. He wasn't that close to it, but he ran down, got it, gave it to his son. And before he knew it, a woman came and yelled at him to give her the ball. Now, I'm not gonna get on this woman because she's had enough of that, okay? But I will say, the etiquette is, if you don't catch it, you don't get it. And that's just the way it works. And if you do catch it and there's a kid around, you give it to them because it is what we call a core memory. It's called just being cool, being chill, being awesome, all right? And bad luck, all right? Now, that all said, just a bad luck. Just a person being entitled. Guys, guess what? They're everywhere. There's entitled people everywhere. Just drive for a little bit. Just drive around and just watch all the entitled people just cut people off and try to get where they're going 5 seconds faster. They're everywhere. The run-of-the-mill, she thinks she deserves something that she doesn't deserve. It's okay. It's a very normal thing. Let's not try to ruin her life over something like this. It's not really that cool. Someone did make a very good point. They're like, if this happened to me, because I'll be honest, the guy gave his son his ball and then hugged him. I was like, as a father myself, like that was a really cool moment for them. And taking that away sucks. But if you're willing to give her the ball back, maybe just make her take it out of the kid's glove. Be like, sure, you can have it. You got to take it out of his glove, just so you know who you're taking it from him. Even if he doesn't deserve it or whatever. Like, that's not cool, okay? So let's not ruin this lady's life. Wise man once said, some people suck, and that's just life. Sometimes we just got to be like, that person sucks. Everything's gonna be okay. There was one interesting part of this thing that I wanted to mention before we move on, and that is the trading card company Blowout Cards has offered $5,000 and to her for this ball, sign it, I'm sorry, and give it back to the kid. We're beyond this now. Like that, don't give her $5,000. He has now more of a memory because he got to go meet Harrison Bader and get a bat and stuff. He's got a bunch of cool stuff now. It's been remedied. We don't need to do this. And this just feels very internet-y to me. I understand where you guys are coming from. It's not one of those situations. This isn't a moral quandary. This is just a breach of etiquette with an entitled person. That is it. So, yeah, does she suck for this? Sure. I always think about it this way. The people who are around her regularly have to be around her regularly. Let them handle it. All right? All right. And that has been the best in baseball. Is this the best thing in the world? No. But it happened, and I'm on the internet, and I wear glasses now. So I have to talk about it. All right? All right. Moving on.